Hello and welcome to this Friday's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams, and we've got an exciting program lined up for you. We're right in the period where Jamaicans are preparing to labor in love across our communities, and today's show will share helpful tips and inspiration to get you in the spirit of service and teamwork. But first, let's head to the newsroom for the latest updates.
Good day, I'm Jabertha Atkinson, and this is your JIS News for Friday, May 22, 2026. The Ministry of Finance has signed a $1.7 billion Jamaican dollar financial agreement with the European Union (EU) for the Digital Transitioning Program. A handover ceremony to mark the agreement between the two partners was held at the ministry on Thursday. The Digital Jamaica program, which was finalized on July 25, 2023, is aimed at increasing access to affordable and secure broadband connectivity by educational institutions and places of safety for children. The program also seeks to strengthen the digital competencies of early childhood and primary level educators and increase technology adoption by micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. State Minister of Finance and the Public Service Xavier Main says the program represents a critical investment in Jamaica's digital economy.
The digital program represents an investment of $1.7 billion towards Jamaica's digital future and aligns directly with Vision 2030 Jamaica and our national objective of building a modern, inclusive and technology-driven economy and society. Digital transformation is no longer optional. It is essential to national competitiveness, economic resilience, and social inclusion.
Head of Delegation for the European Union, Ambassador Dr. Hera Ascola, says it reaffirms the EU's commitment to advancing Jamaica's digital future.
Over 1,000 schools and dozens of children's homes, just to give an example. We are bringing this opportunity of digital transformation closer to every child in Jamaica. We are simply not expanding networks, we are also expanding future opportunities. Skills development, equipment.
The formal adoption of electronic signatures across government has been operating successfully since its full implementation in March of this year. Minister with responsibility for efficiency, innovation and digital transformation, Ambassador Audrey Marks, gave an update while making her sectoral presentation in Parliament this week.
This means people and businesses can now submit and receive authenticated documents at government offices without relying on paper or in-person visits for a wet ink signature. Less paper, less waiting, less bureaucracy, more efficiency for the Jamaican people.
Minister Marks says the success of the initiative is especially being felt in the courts, with approximately 103,089 traffic ticket warrants signed electronically by judges to date. She emphasizes that the digital signing of warrants means less physical movement of documents, fewer administrative delays, reduced printing and storage costs, and faster processing across the justice system.
And importantly, it frees up the judges' time for other critical duties in the advancements of justice process in Jamaica.
Government continues to push ahead with plans to introduce unemployment insurance benefits for Jamaican workers. Minister of Labour and Social Security Colonel Charles Jr. says since Cabinet approved the plan in May last year, work has been progressing to make it a reality.
Following Cabinet approval last year, we submitted drafting instructions in December. Consultants will be onboarded. We're moving at a pace, and those consultants will contribute during this year to making sure that the unemployment insurance moves forward so eligible workers can receive their benefits within the next 2 years.
The protection measure is intended to give workers greater income security during periods of unemployment while modernizing the country's labor system. Minister Charles Jr. says the move forms part of a broader package of labor protection measures that are aimed at boosting worker confidence and strengthening Jamaica's social protection system.
We are also finalizing, Mr. Speaker, Jamaica's Decent Work Country program with ILO, and I want to acknowledge the ILO representatives who are here and who are listening. This is being done with the first validation workshop expected this month and official launch later this year.
The minister was making his contribution to the 2026-27 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, has reaffirmed Jamaica's commitment to the International Maritime Organization, IMO, describing the maritime sector as critical to global trade, emergency response, and economic resilience. She was delivering the keynote address during the opening ceremony marking the 50th anniversary of Jamaica's membership in the IMO. It was hosted by her ministry at its downtown Kingston offices recently.
For 50 years, the IMO has been a platform through which Jamaica has contributed, learned, and led. As we look ahead, our resolve is unchanged to champion the interests of small island developing states and the value of multilateralism, to uphold global maritime standards, and to protect our shared oceans. May the next 50 years of Jamaica's partnership with the IMO be marked by collaboration, innovation, and sustainable progress for all.
Minister Johnson-Smith highlighted several major achievements since Jamaica formally joined the IMO in 1976. These include the establishment of the Caribbean Maritime University, the modernization of shipping legislation through the Shipping Act, and Jamaica's growing leadership in regional maritime oversight and port state control. She also pointed out that Jamaica has strengthened maritime safety, security, pollution prevention, and labor standards through the ratification and implementation of key IMO conventions.
We have ratified and implemented the principal IMO conventions governing maritime safety, security, pollution prevention, and labor standards, supported by a strong legal and administrative framework. Jamaica's active international involvement has facilitated deliberate and strategic maritime progress, both locally and regionally.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, has committed $10 million to sidewalk repairs and upgrades for the corporate area. Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Andrew Swaby, says the money will come from revenue derived from signage fees collected by the municipality. The initiative is targeted at improving accessibility for persons with disabilities and follows a series of discussions between the KSAMC and the University of the West Indies Center for Disability Studies. Work will begin in Papine and will extend to select areas across Kingston and St. Andrew.
This will not be a one-time intervention. Each year, the corporation intends to make allocation towards improving accessibility and strengthening inclusive public infrastructure across Kingston and St. Andrew.
The mayor made the announcement at last Tuesday's meeting of the KSAMC. And finally, Jamaica will host the 20th staging of the Caribbean Week of Agriculture, CWA, from September 28 to October 2. The event will be held in Trelawney under the theme, The New Face of Caribbean Food Systems. This will mark the first time in nearly 20 years that Jamaica hosts one of the Caribbean's top agricultural forums, bringing together regional leaders, farmers, researchers, investors, and development partners to discuss the future of agriculture in the region. Speaking at yesterday's launch, Agriculture Minister Floyd Green said the 2026 forum would focus on food security, agribusiness, climate-smart technology, and expanding exports.
It's a strategy that we have embarked on here in Jamaica, but we do believe it's something that the region has to embrace. Food security remains one of the defining issues of our time, especially with these global realities and these global disruptions. We must reduce our dependence on external, extra-regional markets. We must turn to our own capacity to feed ourselves.
The minister also underscored the need for greater investment in resilient infrastructure, water management, research, protected agriculture, and modern farming technologies.
As a region, as we look to feed ourselves, we must also be looking to export. Firstly, to export to each other. We're islands. And that is something that we have not paid enough attention to. We know the potential exists, but we also know it will mean developing regional transportation systems that are affordable for agriculture.
He says hosting CWA 2026 presents an important opportunity for Jamaica to contribute to regional discussions, showcase local innovation, and help set a clear pathway for action in transforming Caribbean agriculture. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Jabertha Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for staying with us. Labor Day is just around the corner and preparations are already underway for the day's activities. It's important that everyone gets involved, including children. In our next feature, we'll highlight simple ways children can participate in Labor Day projects, as well as why it's important to include them in building and caring for their communities.
Shana, get up, man. Don't you know that today is a special day? We celebrate Labor Day in Jamaica at this time, you know. So you have to help me out.
But, Mommy, today is a holiday.
I know, but guess what? On this day, we go out and we show community spirit. It's important that you go out and you do a little work to make our environment clean. And guess what? It builds community spirit. So when you go outside and you do a little work, it shows that you care about your environment. Why do you think they have this special day?
For many children, a public holiday means rest and fun, not chores. But for generations of Jamaicans, Labor Day has meant much more: community spirit, teamwork, and national pride. Its roots trace back to the 1938 Labor Rebellion, which challenged inequality and helped pave the way for Jamaica's independence. Labor Day was established in 1960 to commemorate that struggle and later evolved into a day focused on community development and volunteerism. While most may think of it as an adult endeavor, traditions like these can help shape children to be stewards of their own environment. Volunteerism is at the heart of Jamaica's modern Labor Day movement, and teaching children early that there is value in freely giving of their time and energy will pay huge dividends later in life.
If we can get inculcated in our children the need for this activity to continue, it will be easier in the long run, and an appreciation for what could be done would be learned, yes, by the youngsters.
Simple, age-appropriate tasks can build confidence, teach discipline, responsibility, and practical life skills, and foster stronger family bonds. While you want them to be involved, safety is essential. Do not assign children dangerous tasks, including anything that involves them using tools like machetes or other sharp equipment. Do not involve them in overly strenuous work or in environments that may have hidden dangers. Focus instead on tasks that help them feel included, but still safe.
For example, if we're planting trees, they could be taught to adopt a tree, which is less laborious. And they could be given a schedule as to watering until these plants are fully rooted. If there is a trash problem, they could help to get the bottles into one bin and the trash in another bin, and lighten the place so that we all enjoy it. Little things like those, you don't expect the children to be using machetes, which would probably harm them, but you really want them to get the sense of being belonged to the community.
At the heart of it all is a long-held belief. Early lessons last a lifetime.
Train the child now, and later she shall not, he might not depart from that. I think it's a good adage to preach.
But Mommy, that wasn't so hard. The place looks nice now. I'm glad I helped.
Yes, man. You see, it was no stress. And you can actually enjoy yourself. As we labor together in the community, now the place is nicer. Right? You can go on and have some juice now.
Let's involve our children, engage families, and keep the spirit of service alive through education and example.
One people, one purpose. Here we sing. Jamaica always win. Jamaica always win.
Jamaica, Monday, May 25 is Labor Day. The focus this year is the restoration of sports, early childhood, and community facilities.
Shoulder to shoulder, we keep pushing on.
Volunteer individually or pull a group together and register at jis.gov.jm. For more information, contact the Labor Day Secretariat at 876-995-8180 or email laborday@mcges.gov.jm. Make sure to volunteer, cause we are one people.
One people, one people, one people. Make the whole world know. Jamaica always wins. Yes, we always win. Always win.
Are you making difficult? No. I will get up there.
Guys, calm down. We don't have to argue like this.
And listen, everything belongs to me. Whatever I should get the house. That is one thing, but writing it down is another thing.
Me can't make this happen to my picnic them. But how me even write one will?
But the way how you're behaving. How I'm behaving? You're asking demanding. Listen, you see the money under the bed? Run out and I'll get that.
Did you know that most Jamaicans don't have a will? Without a will, the law decides. Don't let this happen to your family. Keep the choice in your hands. A will protects your family, your property, and your wishes. Creating one is simple if you know the steps. First, you must list all your assets, debts, and who you want to inherit them, from your savings to the little things in your home that mean the most. Then, talk to a lawyer. You don't have to use one to make a valid will, but getting legal advice can help make sure everything is in order and avoid problems later. Next, sign your will in front of 2 witnesses. Bear in mind, those witnesses must be adults of sound mind, should not be beneficiaries, and they must also sign the will in your presence. Choose someone you trust to carry out your wishes. That's your executor. Then, make sure your will is stored somewhere safe. That could be with your lawyer or in a secure place where it can be easily found when needed. Lastly, update your will regularly. Life changes. Marriage, children, new property. Your assets and liabilities won't stay the same. So make sure your will keeps up, because when life changes, your will should too. A will gives you peace of mind. Ensure your family and your wishes are taken care of. Create one today. For guidance on estate matters, you can contact the Administrator General's Department at 922-1830-3 or 922-0700-5 or send an email to admingen@cwjamaica.com.
Adoption is still seen as a taboo topic in some parts of society, but many families are now choosing this path, and you can too. In our next feature, we break down the adoption process and what you need to know if you're considering it.
Thank you for your interest in adoption in Jamaica. Please download the adoption guidelines below, which are intended to assist you with the completion of your application form. You are required to complete and enclose the following documents: application forms, child's medical forms, adult's medical forms, any other information relevant to your case, such as affidavits, birth certificates, death certificates, and court orders. That's the beginning of your adoption process. You're now on your way to becoming a child's legal guardian.
Adoption is a very special process. It's a very significant step that persons take in their lives, and it is very rewarding. And I would implore persons who are interested in adopting to go for it. And as I said before, go for it with an open mind. People misconceive adoption because the stigma that is attached to it, in that persons, I don't know if maybe it is a cultural thing, but persons don't willingly talk about adoption. It's mostly a secret, and you find that people go away with the wrong ideas, in that persons believe that maybe the process is too long, maybe they believe that we should not have such a rigorous process, but you have to understand it's a life commitment, and you want to ensure that a child being adopted is being placed in the best possible placement. Closed adoptions are adoptions that are basically done in Jamaica now, in that no information is given to either the adopters about the biological parents, and the biological parents don't know about the adoptive parents. The process for adopting overseas is basically very similar to the process for Jamaica, whereby you are needed to fill out the form, get the necessary supporting documents, birth certs, marriage certs. However, overseas applicants need to ensure that they have home studies, because that is the way you're going to find out about the overseas person's background. So they would have to get the services of a home service provider, especially for those in the US, and that home service provider will give them a comprehensive information about their, including police checks and everything. So they need that. And then after that process, they will submit it to us, and it will go through the regular, rigorous process of identifying the birth parents, doing the necessary interview, visiting the child, getting the child's opinion, and then all of that is summarized and placed in a report along with the case file to the adoption board for approval. Persons who are allowed to adopt children in Jamaica are single male, female, couples, persons over 25 years. If you are a relative, you have to be 18 years and over. The adoption board is a body established in the Act that has to give approval for all adoption applications before they can go to the court for finalization. The adoption board is the only agency that is authorized to approve adoption cases. So there's no other agency that has that authority.
Let adoption work for you. Visit the Child Protection and Family Services Agency website at childprotection.gov.jm or visit the agency at 48 Duke Street or any of the parish's offices island-wide to learn how you can start the process.
prioritize their feelings because every child deserves to be heard. Build strong minds through care and support for a safer, brighter future. It starts with us. Protect their minds, shape their future.
Do you own land and need a title? Well, the National Land Agency NLA can help. Through the systematic land registration process, the NLA will assist residents to get titles in declared project areas across Jamaica. Systematic land registration is the methodical and orderly registration of parcels of land in a designated area known as systematic adjudication area. For further information on the systematic land registration process, including declared systematic adjudication areas, who can apply and the benefits, visit the National Land Agency's website at www.nla.gov.jm or email asknla@nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal.
Workers' Week 2026 is now being observed across Jamaica and will end on May 25. This year's theme is Voices Heard, shaping labor policies in an evolving labor market. Today, the fifth staging of Frome Reflections was held at Workers' Park in Frome, Westmoreland, the historic location linked to the 1938 labor protests that played a major role in shaping workers' rights in Jamaica. This weekend, Jamaicans who are 100 years and older will be recognized for their contributions to the country's workforce and development over the years. The activities will wrap on Labor Day, May 25, with community projects taking place across the island. This year's Labor Day focus is on sports and community development under the theme, One People, One Purpose. In all things, Jamaica wins. So, join in on the activities and help Jamaica win.
This Labor Day, plan something that will last for generations. From May 18 through to the 29, the Forestry Department will be having a Labor Day seedling distribution. Individual members of the public can collect up to 5 seedlings for free, including 1 fruit tree, from the Forestry Department nursery while stocks last. Collect yours at the agency's head office in St. Andrew or its locations at Williamsfield in Manchester and Monique St. Anne. Distributions will take place Mondays to Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. There will be no distribution Monday, May 25. For more information, visit the Forestry Department at forestry.gov.jm, call 876-618-3205, WhatsApp 876-995-8521, or email the department at fdinfo@forestry.gov.jm.
This is where we wrap up today's program. I hope you've been informed, inspired, and uplifted. Join us again tomorrow for another engaging edition of Jamaica Magazine, right here on this station. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch the repeat and more stories at jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Thanks for watching, and as always, walk good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.